Good morning to one and all.
Good morning, sir.
I welcome all of you to the class of chemistry. So let's start the class discussion today. In the last period, we have studied about the properties of liquid. We have seen that the intermolecular forces are great or more as compared to the gases. We have even seen that the liquids do not have a fixed shape, but they have fixed volume, and the particles of liquids are continuously moving. Uh, liquids uh, liquids flow by layers, and these layers passed over each other, so these liquids can flow. The three important properties of liquids that we are going to study here is are vapor pressure, surface tension, and viscosity. So yesterday we have first studied about the viscosity, sorry, the vapor pressure. So let's pay attention to the vapor pressure. Now you can see here that yesterday we have studied about this, that when we have, or if we feel the liquid into the closed vessel, what happens? Let's pay attention that if we feel the liquid into the closed vessel, initially the liquid do not have any vapors, so these liquids do not have vapors. As as the vaporization takes place, there will be vapor existing above the surface of the liquid. These vapors exert the pressure on the wall of the container, as well as these vapor exert the pressure on the surface of the liquid too. So you can see here that there are various types of um, or there are various arrows by which I have shown you this vapor pressure here in this particular figure. Now, my dear students, you can see that the vapor pressure has started increasing. The vapor pressure keeps on increasing. So what happens? The vaporization takes place, and as the vaporization takes place, the molecules from liquids goes to the vapor phase. Now, same way, at certain number of molecules, when they are collected into the vapor, this vapor starts condensing and gives us the liquid phase. So here both the
Good
reaction,
morning, sir.
vaporization as well as here both the reactions, vaporization as well as the condensation takes place simultaneously. As the vaporization and condensation takes place simultaneously, a certain time comes when the number of molecules going from vapor to the liquid state and number of molecules going from liquid state to the vapor state become equal. That is what it is known as the equilibrium. So here in figure 3 you can understand this figure as an equilibrium established between the condensation and vaporization, or the vapor phase and the liquid phase. This is what you can call it, liquid phase. This is what it is, the vapor phase. And there is a condensation, or there is an equilibrium established between the vapor phase and the liquid phase. As this equilibrium established, the value of vapor pressure, the value of vapor pressure become constant. The value of vapor pressure, as the value of vapor pressure become constant, we at that time the vapor pressure that we have is the maximum vapor pressure that is available. And as the vapor pressure is maximum, my dear students, this vapor pressure is known as the saturated vapor pressure. This vapor pressure is known as the saturated vapor pressure, and due to this saturated vapor pressure, whenever we measure the vapor pressure, which is the saturated vapor pressure for a liquid. Now, when this vapor pressure depends upon temperature, so whenever we measure the vapor pressure, it is necessary to mention the temperature of that particular time when we mention about the vapor pressure of a liquid. So this is what we should know about the liquids, my dear students, or the vapor pressure. Now, what are the various effects of the vapor pressure that we can understand? So now suppose if this is what we have studied about the liquid heating into the closed vessel. But suppose if we heat the liquid into the open vessel, what happens? So when we heat the liquid into the open vessel, let us see what happens. When we heat the liquid into the open vessel, my dear students, um, the liquid vaporize and the vapor goes outside the surface. Now this vapor pressure at some time become equal to the outer side pressure or the external pressure, and when this vapor pressure is equal to the external pressure or 1 atmospheric pressure, at that time the vaporization starts from the bulk even. So this is what it is, the surface. This part is known as bulk. So when the vapor pressure of outside means the vapor pressure of liquid and vapor pressure and the pressure outside, that is the pressure of atmosphere, both become equal. At that time, the vaporization starts in bulk also. At that particular time, we call that the liquid had started boiling, and the temperature at which the liquid start boiling is known as the boiling point. Boiling point are of two types. One is normal boiling point. Boiling point is also known as the boiling temperature. Boiling temperature or boiling point are of two types. One is normal boiling point, another is a standard boiling point. Normal boiling point is the boiling point of a liquid at 1 atmospheric pressure, whereas the standard boiling point is the boiling point of liquid at 1 bar pressure. So this is how we uh, understand about the two types of boiling points, and then we study few important scientific reason. So let us go through that. That standard boiling point is slightly lower than the normal boiling point because 1 bar pressure is slightly less than the 1 atmospheric pressure. We have seen that standard normal boiling point is 100 degrees centigrade, but standard boiling point is 99.6 degrees centigrade. At higher altitudes, the liquids start boiling faster because the atmospheric pressure is lower, and that is why the vapor pressure can be easily or more faster equal to the atmospheric pressure, and that is why the water boils at low temperature on hills. Then we use pressure cooker. So in pressure cooker, we use a vessel which increases the pressure of atmosphere or pressure outside. So the liquid boils at higher temperature than its normal boiling point. And that is why there will be a huge amount of heat produced into the cooker which cooks the food faster. And that is why cooker is used to cook the food faster. Then in surgical hospitals, my dear students, the instruments are sterilized into the autoclaves. In autoclaves, we have a vent in which we increase the temperature, we increase the pressure. So again, in this autoclave, the pressure is increased. So water boils at a higher temperature than its normal boiling point, and thus the at higher temperature the microorganisms can be easily killed, and thus the various surgical instruments can be sterilized. Now, my dear students, boiling does not occur when liquid is heating in a closed vessel. On heating continuously, vapor pressure increases. At first, if we now again we come to the closed vessel. At first, a clear boundary is visible between the liquid and vapor phase in the closed vessel because liquid is more dense than the vapor. But at a temperature, as the temperature increases, my dear students, more and more molecules go to the vapor phase and density of the vapor rises. At the same time, liquid becomes less dense and it expands because of the molecules move apart. Or due to the increased temperature, the kinetic energy of the molecule increases and the molecules start moving faster. When density of liquid and density of vapor become equal, clear boundary between liquid and vapor disappears, and this temperature is called critical temperature. Once again, my dear students, what happens that if we have a closed vessel, in a particular closed vessel, generally we have a clear boundary between the particles of liquid and the particles of vapor. So this is the vapor phase and this is the liquid phase that we can clearly see. But what happens as you increase the temperature and the vessel is closed, the density of vapor increases. The density of vapor increases and reaches to a level where the density of vapor is equal to density of liquid. The density of vapor is equal to density of liquid. At that time, the clear boundary between the liquid and vapor is not seen. Both have equal same density, and that particular temperature is known as the critical temperature. So here we have the another definition or another understanding about the critical temperature. Now, my dear students, we are going to study a new property of liquid, which is known as the surface tension. Let us understand the surface tension. To understand the surface tension, you can look into or look at this figure. In this figure, my dear students, you can see that we have a container. In this container, we have liquid filled it. Liquid has got a surface. So some molecules are present on the surface. At the same time, the molecules are present in the bulk even. Now what happens, the molecules that is present on the surface has no molecules above it. Here there is no molecules for this. But if we think of the molecule that is present into the bulk, I'm talking about this molecule now. So here about this molecule, you can see that the molecules are present in all around. And that is why it has got the force of attraction from the different molecules in all direction. You can see that in all direction, this molecule has got the force of attraction. So what happens? The force of attraction for these molecules are equal in all direction. And due to the equal force of attraction in all direction, it has got the balanced forces. That means the effect of all forces is zero. For this we can write net effect. We can write net effect of all forces is zero. But my dear students, the molecule which is present on the surface does not have molecules on the upper side. So all the forces that we can see here are not balanced by the forces present over here. And that is why the molecule which is present on the surface has imbalanced forces. the forces are not balanced. Now what happens? Let us study through text, but I hope you understand that the molecule present on the surface does not have balanced forces, whereas the molecule present in the bulk has got the balanced forces and overall forces are zero. A molecule on the surface that has molecule towards bulk or towards the interior of the liquid, thus molecule on the surface have imbalanced forces and they experience net force towards the bulk or towards the interior of the liquid. So remember, my dear students, that these molecules which are present on the surface, these molecules generally have force, they are attracted towards bulk. You can see this. These forces which are imbalanced and they attract the surface molecule to go towards the bulk. So the molecule present on the surface has always the force of attraction towards the bulk, and the molecule want to go to the bulk. Molecule does not want to remain present on the surface. So experience the molecule on the surface have molecules on the surface have imbalanced forces and they experience net force towards the bulk of the liquid or towards the interior of the liquid. But a molecule in the bulk, a molecule present in the bulk has, but a molecule in the bulk has molecules all around, so it experiences balance force and total net force is zero in case of the molecule that is present into the bulk, my dear students. Now let us see what happens. Due to imbalanced forces, molecules on the surface experience a net downward force and molecules on the surface experience more energy. Now see, as the forces are imbalanced, the molecule on surface want to go towards the bulk, feel more energy. Want to go to the bulk and the molecule on the surface, they feel more energy. Why do they feel more energy? Because they are not stable, they have wish to go somewhere, whereas the molecules present in the bulk, they are stable, they do not have imbalance forces and they want to remain into the bulk. So the molecule on the surface feel more energy, the molecule on the surface feel more forces towards the bulk. We are all aware that more is the energy, less is the stability. To get more stability, liquid tries to minimize the number of molecules on the surface. Now please try to understand that the molecules present on the surface have more energy, so they have less stability. So molecule always try to go into the bulk, and that is why the more energy due to the more energy on the surface, liquid surface become unstable. Please try to understand that liquid surface is comparatively, please remember this word comparatively here, comparatively unstable. Liquid as a whole is stable, my dear students, but what happens that due to the more energy felt by the molecules on the surface of liquid become unstable as compared to the bulk, and that is why the liquid tries to minimize the number of molecules that are present on the surface, or the number of molecules present on the surface, they feel more energy, and that is why they do not stay on the surface but they always want to go towards the bulk. The liquids have concave or convex meniscus. The liquids have concave or convex meniscus. You might have seen or you might have studied that if you fill a liquid into some tube, the liquid may have this kind of surface. See, this is the kind of surface you can see on the liquid, or you may see this kind of surface in a liquid. This kind of surface is known as the concave surface. This kind of surface is known as the convex surface. So this is your convex surface, this is your concave surface. Why is it so? Why these liquids have this meniscus which is either concave or convex? Because the molecules present on the surface, they want to go into the bulk. So liquid wants to minimize its surface. Liquid or the particles present on the surface or molecules present on the surface, they are not stable, and that is why they feel to go inside the bulk. Among all this, among all the shapes, only spherical shape has least surface area. See, if you think of the various shapes, my dear students, suppose you have a square shape, or you have a rectangle shape, or you have a pentagon. Even if you think of hexagon, they have these corners, and these corners actually increases the surface area. But if you have a spherical shape, my dear students, a complete sphere if you have, then the spherical shape does not have any corners, and as the spherical shape does not have any corners, it has got the least surface area. So the spherical shape has got the least surface area among all the various shapes, and thus the spherical droplets. So as the spherical shape has the least surface area, thus the spherical droplets have minimum amount of molecules present on the surface. So suppose you have liquid, and that liquid is available into the form of a droplet which is spherical in nature, then it has least amount of molecules present on the surface. And you know, liquid wants to make its surface or to have minimum amount of molecules, or molecules do not want to stay on the surface. And that is why, my dear students, whenever the droplets are formed, so small droplets of mercury form spherical shape. Remember that whenever liquid falls in such a way that liquid wants to make the spherical shape droplets, and the spherical shape droplets are there because the surface area of those droplets is minimum. To maintain minimum molecules on the surface, liquid rise or fall in the capillary. So you have seen that if we have capillary, the liquid may rise this way to maintain the minimum amount of molecules, or liquid falls this way to maintain the minimum amount of molecules on the surface. And that is why in capillary you can see the meniscus which is concave or convex, or you can see the capillary action. That means the liquid rise in the capillary or liquid fall in the capillary. And this capillary action is mainly responsible for the water to be risen, or the rise of water into the trees is this capillary action is one of the very important phenomena due to which the water rises into the, or water can be distributed to the various parts of the trees. Now, if we want to bring more molecules on the surface to increase the surface area, suppose we personally wish to bring the more number of molecules on the surface. So to increase the surface area, we need to work against the attractive forces present among the bulk. So whenever we have attractive forces working against the molecules present on the surface, to bring more and more molecules, we have to expend some energy. Now, none of the molecule wants to stay on the bulk, stay on the surface. See, the molecules present on the surface, they never wish they remain on the surface. As the molecules do not want to remain on the surface, my dear students, what happens? The liquid has to maintain its surface to a minimum level. To maintain the minimum level or minimum amount of molecules on the surface, liquid do some work, liquid feel some tension, or surface molecules are under some work, surface molecules feel some tension. Let us study. The energy required to increase the surface area of a liquid by 1 unit is defined as the surface energy. So whenever there is a surface on the liquid tries to maintain the surface by expending some energy and it maintain its minimum surface area. To maintain this minimum surface area, liquid has to expend some energy, expenditure of energy. This energy to make the unit area surface of liquid, the energy required is known as the surface energy. The unit of the surface energy is joule per meter square. Please remember the unit of the surface energy is joule per meter square. As the molecules on the surface are willing to go in the bulk, the force acting per unit length perpendicular to the line drawn on the surface of liquid. Here you can see that we have drawn a line on the surface of the liquid. This is the line that I am talking about. At this line, suppose we draw a perpendicular. So in this perpendicular region, the force acting per unit length. This force that is acting per unit length of this length I am talking about, the green line I am talking about, per unit length of this line, the force acting perpendicular to this line drawn on the surface of liquid is called surface tension, and this surface tension is denoted by gamma. So this is how, my dear students, there is a tension on the surface. The molecules on the surface, they feel more energy. The molecules on the surface want to go back to the bulk, but liquid keep those molecules on the surface. To keep these molecules on the surface feel some tension. This tension is perpendicular to the line drawn on the surface, and this surface tension is represented by the symbol gamma. Surface has to keep some minimum molecules on the surface, so surface always pulls the molecules to maintain the minimum molecule on the surface. So whenever we look at the surface, this surface has some molecules on this surface. This molecule has to be kept forcefully on the surface because these molecules want to go to the bulk. This way, the molecules present on the surface, they feel some tension, they feel some extra energy, they feel uh, some force, and this is what it is, the force or tension or energy. One or the other way is known as the surface tension. The unit of the surface tension is Newton per meter, because per meter is because unit length we need. So, my dear students, when we study about the force that is acting per unit length of the line drawn on the surface and the force act on the perpendicular, that is why force unit is Newton and the unit length is measured in meter. So we write it Newton by meter. For Newton, we write kg into meter per second square divided by meter. This meter and meter get cancelled, and we can write the unit as kg per second square. The other units or two units that we can see for surface tension is Newton per meter or kg per second square. Now, my dear students, we need to study few important scientific reasons. Sharp glass edges are heated for making them smooth. Now, suppose I have a sharp glass and I want to make it smoother. The edge of the sharp glass, I want to make it smoother. What should I do? I will heat the glass. Because on heating the glass melts and the surface of liquid tends to take rounded shape or a spherical shape. So glass when heated, this this glass when it is heated, it turns into liquid wants to maintain its spherical shape, and that is why the edges of the liquid glass which was present on the solid glass turns to be smooth and spherical in shape, and this is how, which makes the edge smooth. This is called polishing of the glass. So sometimes, my dear students, they can ask you the question like, what is polishing of the glass, and you can answer this. Next reason, give reason that moist soil grains are pulled together. If there are some soil particles available, if you add a drop of water into them, the soil molecules, they are pulled together, they make cluster. What is the reason? Because moist soil grains are pulled together because the surface area of thin film of water is trying to reduce by pulling the soil grains. This thin film of water which is present in between the molecules of soil is trying to pull its, or is trying to minimize its surface area. So the film of water should be as thin as possible, and to make it as thin as possible, it actually attracts the particles of soil, and thus the film of water is reduced by pulling soil grains together, and thus the surface tension gives stretching property to the surface of liquid. So liquid present in between the soil molecules always feel tension, so it wants to reduce its surface. In an attempt to reduce the surface, the liquid tries to make its film as thin as possible, and in keeping the surface more thin, it attracts the soil particles and make a cluster of them. Then we have the next reason, give reason why the droplets of liquid are flattened at the bottom. Generally, my dear students, whenever the liquid droplet falls, it wants to turn itself into the spherical in nature. But the if there is a force of gravitation, my dear students, we are all aware that the gravitation force is attracting the molecules towards the center of the earth. So this is the gravity, or so in the effect of gravity, this bottom of spherical the bottom of the spherical droplets turns little bit flattened at the bottom, and these droplets of liquid are slightly flattened at the bottom. Droplets of liquids are slightly flattened at the bottom due to, now you must have understood that due to the force of gravitation, or due to gravitation force, they just become flat at the bottom, and this is how we understand. The forces of the droplets of liquid get flattened at the bottom due to the effect of gravity. In gravitation force environment, in gravitation free environment, if there is no gravity, my dear students, in gravitation free environment, droplets are perfectly spherical in shape. So this is how we study about the various reasons. Again, factors affecting the surface tension. First factor is attractive forces among the molecules. So my dear students, the magnitude of surface tension of a liquid depends upon the attractive forces of molecules of liquid. When attractive forces are large, surface tension is large. So surface tension directly proportional to the attractive forces of molecules. If attractive forces are large, surface tension is large. The second factor that affect the surface tension is temperature. Increase in temperature, my dear students, increase the kinetic energy of the molecule. So effect of intermolecular forces decreases. So if you increase the temperature, my dear students, if you increase the temperature, the intermolecular forces decreases, and thus the surface tension also decreases. So surface tension is inversely proportional to the temperature. Now there is why insects called water striders walk on the surface. So in maintaining the minimum number of molecules on the surface of liquid has to work against the downward forces. Thus surface in liquid acquires some tension called surface tension. Due to surface tension, a thin tight molecular layer on surface is created, and these insects walk on this very thin membrane of the molecules that are present on the surface. So those molecules which make a thin layer, which are present on the surface of a liquid, they make these small insects to walk on the surface of our liquid. The next topic is viscosity that we will study into the next period, my dear students. But let us revise what we have studied today in the today's class. In the today's class, my dear students, we have started studying about the surface tension. Uh, you know very well that when we have liquid has two parts. One is known as the surface, another is known as the bulk. The molecule present on the surface feel imbalance forces, and the molecule in the bulk does not feel